video I'm gonna hopefully help you figure out how to pick the right box dye for yourself. So not professional dyeing of the hair, going into the store and picking the right box dye for yourself. So my first tip right off the bat would be, if you've never dyed your hair before with a box dye, or in general never dyed your hair by yourself, I would suggest staying within a couple colors of your natural hair color just to get a feel for just how to dye hair, how the color responds to your hair, to see if you even like the color, you know, just start out slow. So right off the bat, you're kind of like generally just like see this sea of different hair dyes and you're like, oh god, like what color do I want? And I would suggest maybe, I like to go by brands kind of, because it's so overwhelming by color unless you have an exact color in your head that you want and you see that color. But if you don't have an exact color that you want, I would pick a brand and kind of go with the color from there. I personally like, I like Feria, I like Nice and Easy. I say I really predominantly use Nice and Easy, but that's me personally, that I like to use that brand. And I find that they have a lot of different colors. So, but like I used to use Hydrants a lot, like I kind of go in different phases. I don't like Lamage or something, I forget what it's called, and then Preference, I don't like that one either. Anyways, blah blah blah. So go through, see what colors you like, and look at the box, the front of the box, but also like kind of take your hair color and compare it, because sometimes you think that your hair is a different color than it kind of is. You want to get an authentic color comparison, stay within a couple shades, and then you want to look at the side of the box. You don't just want to see the front of the box and be like, this is the hair color that my hair is automatically going to go. The side of the box will show you, on the left hand side there'll be colors showing you your natural hair color, and then on the right hand side it'll be colors of what the color will look like once it's dyed. So if your hair color is the top color, if you dye it, it'll be the top color right beside it. So left hand color is the original color, right hand color is hair dye color. Look at the side of your swatches. So if you're trying to go lighter, you need to make sure that this top color, the darker one, like this is with the natural colors and then these are the blonde colors that you're dyeing it. So if you're wanting to go lighter, you need to make sure that this color is lighter than this color. And if you're ever wanting to go darker, you need to make sure that, let's find one that's dark. See, like this color, for example, if you wanted to darken your hair, this color lightens color because it's a little bit lighter. But if you wanted to darken your hair, this color is darker than this color. So that's the way you can always tell if it will darken your hair or lighten your hair, is if the top color on the right hand side is darker than this color, it'll darken your hair, and if this color is lighter than that one, it'll lighten your hair. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So look at the side. You're also probably going to see a warm or cold little like bar thing that lets you know whether it's a warm or cold color. The way to know if you're warm or cold, I'd say the easiest trick right off the bat, look at the inner corners of your wrist. If your veins are bluish toned, then you're cold. If they're greenish toned, then you're warm. If you're fair skinned like me, basically if you look anything like me, you're cold. You're freaking freezing cold. But if you tan easily, the sun doesn't bother you, and you have the green on your inner wrist, then you're warm. So with that said, if you are thinking about going red, I wouldn't really recommend doing that by yourself. That red's a tricky color. I would recommend going to a professional to get a red done. If you're going from a very dark color to a lighter color, I would recommend using Blondisma. It's going to guarantee to lift the color no matter how dark your hair is, as long as you leave it on. And then if you don't like how blonde it is, you can always cover it with a slightly darker blonde or whatever shade that you're looking for. And I have another video that will really help you if you are going from a darker color to a lighter color. So I'll link that in the sidebar. So I hope this video helps you figure out what kind of box dye to use and what colors will look best on you. Thanks.